Wallahi, ya ikhwah, my brothers and sisters in Islam, because of the nature of what I do, and alhamdulillah, but by the way, I never, that's part of the trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala places in us, that we never reveal. We never reveal what we learn about people in the community. I get sisters that sometimes complaining that their husbands, they use profanity with them. Come on. Hit her, beating her up. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he explained the beating that is mentioned in Surah An-Nisa, he said, غَيْرَ مُبَرِّحٍ, little spanking, if you have to. Abdullah ibn Abbas said, السواك. Suwak. You know the siwak? That's what you do. We have sisters, they get pinches in their body. Pinches. Reddish stuff. لا يصح هذا من مسلم. أنت مسلم. اتق الله في هذه المرأة. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, in one of the hadith, he says, you beat her up and then you want to sleep with her at night? What is this? What is this? She's not an animal. She's a human being. لا يفرق مؤمن مؤمنة. A believing man should not hate a believing woman. If you dislike one or two of her manners, think about the positive things that she has. Are you perfect? I'm not perfect. You have shortcomings too. She's not perfect. We need to think about that, brothers. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam is telling you, if you want to be the best to your family. Be the best to your wives. As soon as we go out of the house, and I'm sorry, this is the truth, as soon as we go out of the house, we put the plastic Mr. Funny Man, Mr. Happy Man on the face. Assalamu alaikum, how you doing? Man, this guy is happy. Smiling at everyone. What happened to your wife? Should be the other way around. They should be excited to see you. We need to go back to this. Please, as Muslims, you cannot imagine. This is a key, akhi. This is a key in keeping that relationship going. Tell her that you love her. Tell her that she's wonderful. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, hadith Kulthum bint Uqbah ibn Abi Mu'ayt radiyallahu anha, ثلاث من الكذب لا أعدهن كذبا. 3 types of lies that are considered lies. كذب الرجل على امرأته, that you tell your wife, you're Marlene من something, huh? You're so beautiful. You're beautiful. Man, I have not seen any beauty more than that. That's not lying. اكذب. The food, wonderful. Good food. Man, how did you make that food? But again, I hope the sisters are not here. Maybe they left, but but let's just balance the issue. Our Muslim wives now, they are at home, عارفين عسكري المرور. They would be dressed like, we have sisters up there. Like, the traffic soldiers. She doesn't care less about the way that she smells. She doesn't care less about how she's dressed. But when she goes out of the house, أبيض وأحمر وأسود وبني. مش هو ده اللي بيحصل يا طيب ولا isn't that the truth? I tell you something, things are going this way. The problem with us is we're going this way. Do this, we go this way. The woman is supposed to show her qualities, and you know what I mean by qualities, to her man, to her husband. No, when she goes outside, she shows the quality. To who? When you go outside, you're not supposed to show that. At home, you're supposed to show it. That is why your husband goes around and he looks to other women in the street and in the TV and in the internet and in the malls, the shopping malls. Subhanallah. We need to go back and think about the needs of our spouses if we want to avoid divorce. And sometimes you will find the relationship going into a pattern of being bored. You need to create some interest. Take her out one of these days, away from the children. Let's go stay in one place by ourselves. You need to rejuvenate that relationship, brothers and sisters in Islam. Number 5. Let's move quickly here. A lot of us do this mistake. You will be having some problems, simple problems, with your spouse, with your husband and wife, and then they allow the problem to grow. Instead of talking about it, communicating right away. And a lot of the husbands do this, they leave the house. When the wife gets him upset, what does he do? Slam the door and leaves. Not good. Stay. And the sisters, they need to allow the husband a little bit of time by themselves, because this is how the husbands are. Men, by the way, are different to women in this area. Men, when they are troubled, they like to be alone. And a lot of the wives do not understand that. And they come, okay, what is wrong? Why did you do that? What? Leave me alone. Why did you do that? Just leave him for 5-10 minutes. When he's about to leave the house, okay, come stay at home, I will not talk to you. Sisters, you need to understand that. You need to understand that men process their problems differently to women. Women, they like to talk the problem out. Allah created, that's why we call ourselves opposite what? Opposite what? Opposite sex. We're the opposite of one another. Opposite. So women, they like to talk about the problem right away, and men, they like to be left alone for a while, and then they want to deal with the problem later on. So you need to bring that understanding there. So the wife, instead of the husband leaving home and going somewhere else, no, stay at home, I will not bother you. Honey, huh? Sweetheart, when you're ready to talk, I'm going to talk to you. Okay? That's it. End of story. Allah subhanahu, and this is, by the way, from the Quran, ya shabab. Wallati. Look, wallati takhafuna nushuzahunna. Just because of the fear that she may start acting funny, fa'iduhun. Talk to her. Talk to your wife. When you feel your wife is starting to, play these games, talk the problem out. Do not wait, brothers and sisters in Islam. My dear husbands, my dear wives, do not allow the problem to grow, to build up, until you reach a breaking point. The solution is divorce. La, talk about it. Number 6, and I really think this is a big, huge problem that we have. We don't have in the Muslim community so far institutions that can handle family problems, what we call counseling. We don't, except the imam. The imam has to do deal with this and deal with that, and not too much time that we have for that. We need to develop in our own communities brothers who can handle these problems. Go into counseling programs, husband and wife, and give it the Islamic perspective. We do not have this in the Ummah. Add to this, a lot of the husbands, because of the culture, they would be having a problem with their spouse, with their wives, and the problem is going to lead to divorce. They're about to divorce, and the man is ashamed to come and sit and talk about it. ليه يا أخي؟ ده في القرآن. فإن خفتم شقاق بينهما فابعثوا حكما من أهلها فابعثوا حكما من أهله وحكما من أهلها إن يريد إصلاحا يوفق الله بينهما. Don't be ashamed as long as the person is a trustworthy person. He's not going to disgrace you. There is nothing wrong with going to marriage counseling in order to fix your relationship with your wife. A lot of times, and this is what the marriage counselors do anyways. They just sit out there and they allow you to talk. You talk about it and you talk about it. Because you cannot talk to one another and once you start to, you start fighting. And he sits out there, okay, shh, talk, shh. He's like a referee. Don't be ashamed. If this is going to lead to fixing your relationship with your spouse, do not be ashamed. This is number 6. Number 7, and this goes to the brothers. Brothers, الرجال قوامون على النساء. Men are the sustainers of the family. If your wife is supporting the family, you are not in charge anymore, and I tell you that, and I look you into the eye.
Allah mentions Arabic words in Quran 11 times. This might be a sign for us to know the importance of studying Quran and studying Arabic language, because it's the door to know more about Quran. Ubay ibn Ka'b, one of the most important Sahabas, advised the Sahaba, telling them, teach your children Arabic like you teach them to memorize Quran. See how important it was, and they are Arabs. Umar ibn al-Khattab, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with him, said, learn Arabic because it is part of your religion. Arabic is part of our religion. So how are we gonna study Arabic and learn Arabic together in this course? This basic Arabic course contains 7 levels, starting with the 0 level, the ground level. Each level contains 13 sessions, 45 minutes each, and we have 2 quizzes in each course, and we have the final exam. So inshallah, by this, our objectives is to have a very good domain of the Arabic language, especially when it comes to reading Islamic books. So we're going to be introducing Islamic vocab throughout the course. So go ahead, please, and enroll in our basic Arabic course, as Arabic is the official language of more than 20 countries, and Arabic is the key and the door of all Islamic sciences. So please do enter this door from the correct way, Arabic language.
Huda Academy, your gateway to authentic Islamic knowledge.
And here is the interesting part. His wife would be the one who is earning the bread for the family, and he still want to act like Mr. Zaid in the house. Do this, do that. لا يا حبيبي, القوامة خلاص. Half of it is gone. Look, we read this verse and we do not complete it. الرجال قوامون على النساء. Men are the guardian, the sustainers of the family. Why? What is the criteria? 1, بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض. Because of your build, because you're a man, you're a masculine. But there is another one that we forget. وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم. And because they spend from their money, they take care of the family. By the way, and this goes to our dear sisters who are working, our wives who are working, any penny that you spend on the family is a sadaqah. Is a sadaqah. This wife is giving a sadaqah. It's not her responsibility. And the fact that the husband is not able to support the family is a ground for her to ask for divorce according to our Sharia, and that divorce is granted. One of the legitimate reasons a wife is entitled to do what we call khulla, to take off the man. Khulla is that. Number 8, and please accept this from me. Wallahi, I know I'm getting into your personal lives, but my job is to deliver. I'm not going to come to your homes and ask you to do anything. Ya shabab, ya jama'at al-khair, our homes are not Muslim homes. You walk into a house of a Muslim, you find pictures hanging on the walls. Ya jama'ah, we have text that says angels do not enter a house where pictures are hanging. Don't you want angels? Angels is mercy, bringing mercy to the house, to the family. Angels do not enter your house because you're insisting on hanging your excellence. And subhanAllah, amazing thing, he would be having him and his wife picture when they got married hanging, and the wife maybe is wearing that, stuff. And you know how the wives are, one of the things that they do as soon as they go to some of the cultures, as soon as you put your hand in the hand of the father and you tell him, I am taking your wife, your daughter as a wife according to the book of Allah, according to the sunnah of the Prophet. And then he takes his wife to the beauty salon. And then a man goes into her hair. فين كتاب الله وفين سنة رسول الله وفين يا عم الشباب؟ ده انت لسه يا راجل. ما ينفع. Music is all over the house. Hardly hear Quran. I'm sorry, brothers. I'm sorry, wallahi. I know this is so personal, but a lot of us, we want to establish the Sharia on earth. We want the Khilafah. We want the Khilafah. Ya Rajul, establish the Sharia in your own house. Where's the Sharia in your own house? Is your house running according to... But please, I want to warn you, don't now go home and break things up and cause problem, and then your wives come tomorrow and complain to it. Don't do this, okay? Don't try to fix the world in 1 hour here, okay? I'm just bringing this to your attention. We must use wisdom in changing things, okay? I don't want you to go home now breaking things up and then having problems and then lead to a greater problem. No, take your time. But this is just an alert. This is just an alarming problem right here. Your homes must be Muslim homes, according to the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you want the angels and the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to come to your houses. Number 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 more. The word divorce is like a gum in our mouth. You know a gum? I divorce you. Divorce me. I'll divorce you. Let's get divorced. ما ينفع. I tell you something. If you bring that word up in the relationship, that relationship in its way to end. Because there is no more security. If you bring divorce up to your wife, she will feel insecure. It's like one of the things that shocks me, that a wife calls the cops on her husband. I'm sorry. If I feel like my wife is going to call the cops on me, man, you know what? I'm not going to feel secure about it. It's just one of the red zones. These are red zones in Islam. Red zones. Because the sense of security is not there anymore. What happens if he divorces me? Then you get the wife started thinking about what? The backup plan. She would start taking half of the income. What happened if one time, because I divorce you, it's over. Khalas. She's going to start what? Taking some of the money out? a backup plan in case if he divorces. فمشكلة. And one of the things that I heard that, and it made me laugh. I'm sorry. One person came to the Sheikh, and Sheikh, he told him, the day of his wedding, his father told him, علي الطلاق من أمك. If you do not take, basically, if the zaffa, if the wedding ceremony is not done in my house. So the father told him that. So I'll divorce your mother. And then the father of the future wife, he said to him, علي الطلاق من مراتي من أمها. I divorce her mother if the wedding ceremony does not go out of my house. You know what he said? علي الطلاق منها ما أنا عامل زف. I divorce her, no wedding party. So he's coming to the Sheikh, is she divorced from me? I said, you're not married to her yet. You're not married yet to her. إنما الطلاق لمن أمسك بالساق. يعني you cannot plan to divorce your wife. You must be married to her in order to divorce her. You find people using this word. Look at this, brothers, and I really want you to take this seriously. If you divorce your wife when you are joking, your wife is divorced from you. If you say, you're divorced. She's divorced. One of the sheikhs, the person came to me and he said to him, my wife got me so upset and I was so angry. She told me, if you are a man, divorce me. And then I told her, okay, I divorce you. She's divorced. And then the sheikh tells him, يا ابني هو في حد بيطلق مراته وهو بيضحك. There is anybody who goes to your wife and says, ha ha ha, I divorce you. You must be upset. She must make you upset. And she makes you upset. That's why Allah placed that covenant in your hand. Billahi alayk, you go and make that decision when you're angry. How many decisions do you make when you're angry? Your wife gets you upset and you say, okay, I divorce you. Can you make a financial decision in your life when you're angry? Can you? No, let me think about that. This is your wife. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed the isma, the power in your hand to divorce, not in her hand because of that, because you're a man. You can handle pressure. Come on, brothers. If in her hand, that's why this is the wisdom. If the isma in the hand of the wife, within seconds, you're done. You're done. But that's why Allah placed it in your hand, in you. That is why you need to be in control. You know, have you ever watched a soccer game or football game? When the players, they try to get on the referee to make calls and stuff. The best referees are the ones who are calm and quiet. I have the whistle. Okay, I'm in control. You make me angry, you make me upset. I'm not going to just divorce you just like that. Okay? I'm going to pray istikhara. And see how we do this. But not because she gets you upset. I divorce you. ما ينفع. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم says, والحديث في سنن أبي داود وسنن الترمذي, three things. جدهن جد وهزلهن جد. Three things. Whether you're serious about them or whether you're teasing or joking, they are serious. Marriage, divorce, and freeing a slave. That is why, by the way, you watch these soap operas and sometimes they get the actor and the actress getting married with one another. These guys are married. They are acting marriage in the movie. That's what the hadith says. They are acting like they are getting married in the movie. They are married. They get married. And she's probably married in somebody else out of the movie. So she get married in one movie maybe 5-6 times. Whether you tease about this or whether you joke about it, it happens. You cannot say, okay, I divorce you, my wife. She's divorced, خلاص. هذا وقع divorce. Counts one time. If you're drunk, والعياذ بالله, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not to be of this, and you divorce, يقع الطلاق. باتفاق يقع الطلاق. Be careful with the word. Don't use it. Don't even take it out of your dictionary. Take it out. Delete. Click. This goes to the sisters. Wallahi, hadith scary. And I know a lot of our sisters do not know about this hadith. والحديث authentic في سنن أبي داود وفي صحيح الجامع صحيح الجامع من حديث ثوبان. أيما امرأة سألت زوجها الطلاق من غير ما بأس فحرام عليها رائحة الجنة. A woman, a wife who asks her husband for divorce without a legitimate Sharia reason. من غير ما بأس. Some women, they are entitled to ask for divorce if the husband if he cannot fulfill his responsibilities physically and financially and other reasons. But just like that, divorce me, this woman will not smell the odor of Jannah. Haram. Haram for her to smell the scent of Jannah. Serious. Sisters, be careful when you don't just go ask for divorce just like that.
Are you looking for a way to recharge your hearts or to get you back on track in your obedience to Allah? Or maybe you're looking for a program to remind you of your duties to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here on Living Hearts, we'll be working together as a nation, helping each other to remain firm in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every Saturday, live on Huda TV, you will have a chance to learn your deen and at the same time listen to real life stories that will make your heart shake. Every believer needs a place to turn, and inshallah we can all turn to Living Hearts.
Number 10, a lot of our brothers, and I say this with humility, wallahi, with humility and humbleness. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestow humility and humbleness upon all of us, ya Rabb, inshallah. We don't know how to divorce our wives. We don't. We don't know what to say and when to say it. A lot of brothers, they don't. Ya ayyuhan nabi, do you know that there is a whole chapter in the Quran was revealed regarding the issue called at-talaq. There is a whole surah in the Quran called the divorce. O Prophet, if you divorce women, divorce them for the iddah. What is this now? يقول ابن عباس, Abdullah ibn Abbas says, number 1, you cannot divorce her when she is in her cycle. The monthly cycle. You can't. But again, be careful. If you divorce her, the divorce counts. But you are sinful. You have committed a sin. Number 2, ألا تطلقها في طهر جامعتها فيه. If you have a husband-wife relationship with her during the time when she was clear from her mens, you have to wait until she gets another cycle. And then she's clear from the cycle, and then you could divorce her. Again, if you do divorce her during a time that she does not have her cycle, but you have slept with her beforehand, the divorce counts. يقع اتفاق الأئمة والعلماء يقع بالطلاق بدعي. You are sinful. أنت آثم. You are sinful. You have committed a major sin by doing so. Number 3, having to say 3 times, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you. One is enough. هو ايه؟ package deal. One's sufficient. يعني we know from the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the seerah of Sayyidina Umar ibn al-Khattab that if you say to your wife 3 times at the same time, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you 3 times, that means هذا طلاق بائن. What is طلاق بائن يا شباب? You cannot what? She has to marry another man, and this man has to divorce her for you to marry her back, to take her back. And it cannot be arranged. It has to happen what? Naturally. Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam called an arranged procedure like this at-taysul musta'ar. What is it, tays? The male goat? What's it called? Huh? Yeah, the bored male goat. That you get some man to come and marry your wife in paper, don't come near her. And then in the morning he would divorce her and then you marry her again. ما يصح هذا. هذا بتضحك على ربنا أخي. شغل عيال هذا. But we know that the view of Ibn Taymiyyah, طيب الله ثراه. This is the view, by the way, of Abi Hanif, wa Malik, wa Ahmad, wa Shafi'i. The Imams, the 4 Imams. They have consensus in the issue that if you tell your wife, I divorce you 3 times at the same time, she is done. But Ibn Taymiyyah came and I say, no, it counts as 1 time. It counts as 1 time. And subhanallah, the whole ummah, there is a consensus over this issue. That if you ask anybody that, listen, I told my wife 3 times that I divorce you, 3 times, at the same time, at 1 time, he will tell you, Akhi, it's 1 time. Consensus. And this is what the ruling is. This is what the ijma' of the ummah now over this issue. But if you go and say 3 times, you're getting yourself in a gray area. Why would you do that? And I'm narrating the history behind it just to let you know that it's a gray area. A gray area. There are some legitimate scholars, imams of the ummah, who said that if you say 3 times at the same time she's divorced, you're done with her. You're done with her. So why do you get yourself into that gray area? Just say it 1 time. The other thing that a lot of us do is, as soon as you tell your wife, I divorce you, you want your wife to leave the house. ما ينفع. لا تخرجوهن من بيوتهن ولا يخرجن. You should not expel them from the house. She has a iddah, 3 months. She stays in the house with you for 3 months. And you can take her back without the need, within the 3 months, without the need for a new contract. If it is the first time, the first divorce, if it is the second divorce, but if it is the 3rd divorce, she is done. She has to marry another man for you to take her back. But if it is the first time, the second time, your wife can stay at home with you. And you don't have to do a whole lot. Just give her a hug all over. Start over again. But remember, 1 time is counted. You have 2 more chances. You do this 2 more times, she has to go and marry someone else. For a lot of us, we need to learn about this, inshallah. 11, and bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, a question that I ask my brothers and sisters in Islam: where is Allah in your lives? Where is Allah? When was the last time that you led your wife in salah? Don't answer me. You led your family in salah. When was the last time you told her, let's go to the masjid and listen to a lecture or listen to a talk? When? Let's go and volunteer for the ummah. When? Bring Allah into your lives. حتى ال Western world, الغرب يقولون, a family that prays together, stays together. صلي. رحم الله رجلا. حديث في سنن أبي داود, beautiful حديث. رحم الله رجلا قام من الليل فصلى ثم أيقظ زوجته. Allah has mercy in a man who wakes up to pray tahajjud at night, and then he would wake up his wife to pray with him. You see, if you pray together, Allah will put your hearts together. Remember, I said at the very beginning that love is placed in the hearts by Allah. Seek the means. The last point, Allahu Akbar. I got tired myself. A lot of us do not know the consequences of divorce. You will be living with your wives, and as soon as you divorce her, you start missing her. Start thinking about her. And I tell you something, even if you marry so many women after that, you're never gonna forget that first time, that first marriage. The same thing with the wives. It may seem that your husband is not the guy that you've been dreaming of, and you know, but think about Jannah, ya shabab. Huh? And here is a problem, is a brother would marry his wife, and then he would live with her maybe 15 years, and then he looks around him and he sees the cougars walking around the place. Man, I wasted my life with this woman. Let me catch up. Think about Jannah. Jannah. You're going to have women in Jannah, and you're going to have your wife in Jannah. Ya Allah. maybe that's a good showdown. This man, and this is a true story. This man, you know, his wife died. So he's crying and weeping, my wife, you know, she left me alone. He's acting up a little bit. So while they were burying her in the cemetery, he's still crying and weeping. And so some brother felt sad for him, so he came to him and he said to him, whispered in his ear, brother, don't worry, she will be with you in Jannah, inshallah. He said, really? I divorce her. I divorce her. I divorce her 3 times. Oh Allah, bear witness in front of everybody. But what he does not understand, that we're going to be purified. Wallahi, one of the, and I tell this out of, I think my family are not here tonight, so one of the best things that I tell my wife, and you know, one wish, I want to be with you in Jannah. Think about that. I says, why? Because I want to be the husband that you wish me to be, and I know I cannot be in this world. But Allah will make me, for you, the husband that you want to be. Imagine that. Think about Jannah, akhi. Allah will turn you into the husband of her dream. And Allah will turn her the wife of your dream for you. Don't think about the dunya. And you know what? Wallahi, hadith qara'tuhu fi Tirmidhi that shaked me. When you have a wife who's giving you a hard time, and I'm giving you the meanings of the hadith, a hard time, your wife from her hur al-ain, and you're patient, with one condition, that you're patient. You're keeping her because you're patient. Your wife from al-hur al-ain says, woe to you, to your wife. I can't wait till he come to me and I'll take care of him. but with one condition, that you're patient. Yani some of the righteous predecessors, by the way, subhanAllah, he would be having a very mean wife. Very mean wife. And the people would ask him, why didn't you divorce her? You know what he would say? Why would I give the harm to somebody else? Let me just keep it for me. The spirit of, the spirit of sacrifice. Yani you're going to divorce this wife and some other Muslim brother is going to marry her. لا يؤمن أحدكم يا أخي. سبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.